Hello to you, my cosmic dragon friends. Welcome. If it's your first time, welcome back. If it's not, we're back with another love and romance reading today, and we're looking at their thoughts of you today. So this is about your person of interest, and we've got 3 piles for you to pick from here. Timestamps are in the description below, so if you already know which one you're going to pick, go ahead. If not, we'll just have a quick look at what we've got here. So pile 1, we have the After Tarot, and we have the cat Thimble. It's a little grey cat there, if I can get it to focus. Okay, that's pile 1. Pile 2, we have the Lightseer's Tarot, and this thimble has a gorgeous hare on it. There we go, look at that, isn't that sweet? There's a hare and like some autumn leaves here, lovely brown colours. And then pile 3, we have the Unfolding Path Tarot, and this thimble has Clover on it. Clover, what you might call shamrock, perhaps. So if I can get that on camera properly. There we go. So those are our 3 piles. Timestamps in the description below. Take a moment to see which pile you're drawn to. You can watch more than one, of course, or you might be asking about more than one person. So go to the pile you're drawn to. Remember, it's a group reading, so only take what resonates for you, leave what doesn't. That'll be for somebody else, and I will see you in your reading. So hello, pile 1. You chose the After Tarot and the little cat thimble, which we're going to pop over here next to our quartz point. There we go. I really like the After Tarot. It's actually a deck that I have a special affinity for. So it could be that you have a real special affinity for the person that you're inquiring about. I would imagine that you like them, or you wouldn't be here. You like them, or maybe more than like them. But we're looking at their thoughts of you today. How is your person thinking about you? What are they thinking about you? What's going through their mind? What are their thoughts about you, about the connection? So let's see what we've got for you here. Okay. Number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. The Knight of Cups. Strength. The 10 of Wands. The 3 of Cups. The Moon. The Ace of Swords, Death, and the Ace of Cups. Very interesting. Oh, there goes a train. That could actually be a message for you. I don't know if you heard the horn on the train just go by. I live reasonably close to a railway line, not right adjacent to it, but it's not far away from me here. So that could be another message for you. There could be a connection to trains or to travel, for example. Maybe you have to travel by train to see this person, or they have to travel in order to see you. Maybe they have to cover a long distance to see you. So let's have a good look at our cards here. I really like this. It's not the easiest necessarily. It's not all perfect, of course. But I like the energy, I like where it's going, I like the direction this person's thoughts about you are going in. With the Wheel of Fortune, there may be a decision they have to make, because I'm going to Death here as well, which is about changes, new beginnings and endings. So it could be that there is a decision here. Maybe they're thinking about a decision they have to make about this relationship. It feels like there's a change that needs to happen. Maybe they've had to hold back with the moon, or had to hold their feelings back with the Knight of Cups next to the moon. And I feel like if they have held their feelings back, maybe this is a crush situation and you're not even sure if they like you or not, because they hold in so much you can't really tell. Feels like it could be an ex for some people as well, or somebody that you're at a distance from, maybe a long distance relationship, because there is this sense of distance here. Interesting. It is interesting, but it does feel like this person is getting clarity at the moment. Getting clarity on the strength they will need to move forwards, because there's a lot of passion, a lot of emotion here. I feel this person is the kind of person who keeps their emotions under wraps. They don't like to wear their heart on their sleeve. It's just really not their style at all. But but it's like it's got too much for them. At the 10 of Wands, we reach the point of exhaustion where we literally put the wands down. We kind of use this last one to hold ourselves up with, like a walking stick. So the burden actually becomes an aid at that point, and it helps us to move forwards into the new cycle. And obviously with the number 10 in numerology, we move into a new cycle at 10, don't we? But it's the 0 point where nothing's happened yet. We haven't moved to 11, which would be 1. But certainly there is cause for, I want to say cause for celebration here with the 3 of Cups card, which can be about celebration, can be about parties, weddings. Maybe you're going to be meeting up with each other soon at a wedding or some sort of social event. And this could be what they're thinking about. Maybe they're thinking about telling you how they feel, expressing these emotions to you, or just having a chance to see you again at some upcoming event in the future. There's certainly a sense of, I'm getting the words getting their ducks in a row at the moment. So it's possible that this is somebody who couldn't be with you or wasn't sure if they wanted to be with you. Maybe you weren't sure about them. But I feel like they're thinking about moving forwards, because the horses on the Death card and the Knight of Cups are both moving forwards in quite a determined fashion. It's not the fastest, but it's definitely moving forwards. I feel this person has a lot of passion for you. There's a lot of love for you here as well. But again, I said they keep it under wraps, so they may even have trouble admitting some of it to themselves. It may be a person who struggles to admit their feelings even to themselves. There might be a little bit of denial here, particularly if it's a situation that would be considered taboo or forbidden. Maybe you're married, they're connected. Maybe you're from different cultures or religions that don't kind of approve of each other. There's definitely a sense of separation, of distance here one way or another, which may be a metaphorical distance or an actual physical distance that we're talking about here. But I do like this spread. I feel positive looking at it, and I want to reassure you of that. Although things might be a little bit of a headache right now, and I'm feeling my third eye actually engage and actually caused me some trouble there. That was quite painful. Just getting a pain in my third eye chakra, so that's between my eye, just above between my eyebrows. Now I can't even speak. Gobbling my words now. Ooh, painful intuition. I feel like intuitively you're very connected to this person, so you may be feeling their exhaustion. You may have been feeling their difficult emotions, their frustration, what they may have been repressing, what they may have been holding in. I think it may have been taking a toll on you as well. I do feel you have a psychic connection with this person. You may also be, you or they may be struggling from headaches or eye strain, because that's just suddenly hit me out of nowhere. And I didn't have a headache this morning, nor did I have eye strain. I'm fine. But suddenly that hit me, so that could be a factor. Or it could be that you pick up on when they have a headache, or you feel their pain, you sense things about them before they tell you. Yeah. It's a very close spiritual connection. You know, it's like in the 5D, in the ether, in the spiritual realm. It's a very close connection. It's very clear how you feel about each other. But in the 3D, in this physical reality, it's not clear at all. It's very unclear. And we are waiting for that clarity to come through. Aeroplane going by. Okay, lots of travel indicators coming by here. Right. For some reason I want to talk about Amazons here as well. Now, this is a little bit random, but my guides are telling me to tell you, so I'm going to go with it. I have a message, something to do with Amazons. I have an outfit on today, which I'm not going to bother showing you, but it's a little bit reminiscent of Gabrielle from Xena Warrior Princess, and she was an Amazon. Well, she trained as an Amazon. And this looks like her Amazon outfit, basically what I'm wearing. It's like a little brown skirt and a little crop top. Not saying I look anything as attractive as her, but there's a kind of a vague resemblance that I clocked when I caught my reflection when I was in the garden in the back, in the window of the back door. Right? I was doing some gardening. I went, oh look, I look like Gabrielle. Maybe Gabrielle, the name is a connection there, or maybe Amazon, the Amazon the company. There could be a connection there, because for some reason I'm having to talk about that. So I'm just going to hand that over. Maybe you like martial arts. Maybe both of you are connected somehow through martial arts or something like that. Or weapons fighting, you know, that sort of thing. I love martial arts. I find it all very fascinating. So Right. I love the bird of prey on the Ace of Swords. I actually heard a bird of prey just before I started the reading. I've got my windows open here. We do have various birds of prey. We have buzzards. We have a peregrine falcon who comes to visit. She likes to sit on the fence at the end of my garden and eat her lunch, which is adorable. My cat is fascinated every time. He's never managed to catch her, of course. There could be a connection to birds of prey. Perhaps they're markers that you see, you know, maybe when you think about this person, you see a particular type of bird or a bird of prey. That could be a message for you there as well. So I'm just going to bring in the buzzard and the peregrine falcon. But certainly I feel like this person needs to make some decisions, and that's what they're thinking about today, making decisions about their life. So quite big decisions here as well, because we've got quite a few major arcana cards, you know, with the Wheel of Fortune, the Moon, Strength, Death. Those are all major arcanas. Those are big themes. I feel this is a time of big change, major life change for your person, and it could be taking up a lot of their brain space, but I think you're a big part of that. I do feel like you're a big part of that one way or another. It feels like energetically perhaps you're like a North Star for them, leading them forwards. It's a lovely energy. I feel like they see you as a little bit mystical, maybe a little bit witchy. Maybe you're into that sort of thing. I mean, you're here watching this tarot reading, so you've got to be a bit spiritual, surely, right? Please tell me in the comments, you know, what it is that you do. I'd love to hear from you guys about your spirituality. Fascinating. But yeah, they see you as a little bit magical. That's adorable. That would be like your tagline, a little bit magical. Yeah, and they see you more clearly now, I think. And they know what it is that you have to do. And it's all like it's all coming into focus for them. It's all coming into focus. I do think there's something they need to leave behind. And I'm going to the Ten of Wands here with this exhaustion energy. I feel like a large aspect of their life needs to be left behind. And it could be a relationship, but I want to say a job as well. It feels like a work situation just isn't working for them anymore. Maybe, you know, this could be a third-party situation or a love triangle. I don't know why we call it a third-party situation in YouTube readings. That seems to be what most people say. I would normally say a love triangle. But anyway, go with what works for you. Especially with this Three of Cups here, which brings in the energy of 3. So maybe this person was connected to their work. Maybe they're married and their spouse is a director of their business, for example. You know, maybe they're connected to them financially, business-wise, and it's very difficult to untangle themselves from something or someone that may be holding them back. But it's like their affection, their passion for you. They could be a Leo, just very drawn to the lion on the Strength card. Sensing a Gemini energy for some of you as well. That's a connection there. It's a very chilled energy, I have to say, for this part. Very, very chilled energy, because I normally talk a lot faster than this when I'm doing readings. If you've ever had a personal reading for me, it can be a bit hard to keep up. Normally the energy takes over and I just start talking super fast, and that's just not happening here. So there's something about this energy which is a little bit plodding, because these horses are not cantering, they're not galloping, they are walking. This is a walk. This isn't even a trot. This is a walk, a steady plod. So it's not moving forwards as fast as you might have liked, they might have liked, but there is good reason for that. Because they're just too tired. Maybe they've just had too much on their plate, too much to cope with. But it's like the thoughts of you just won't go away. They won't go away. This person is thinking about you a lot. And we are going to pull some other cards from some other decks in a minute and just get a little bit more detail on that for you. But it is almost like they feel like a loyal soldier to you. It's curious, isn't it? Like a loyal soldier, like they have this loyalty to you on some level. I mean, obviously it'll be different depending on how well you know this person. Because this is a group reading. Remember, take the bits that make sense for you, leave the bits that don't. But there's this sense of loyalty to you, even if you're not together yet. There it is. It's a past life connection. Yeah. It's a past life connection, and that's why they feel inexplicably drawn to you, loyal to you, like you were already their spouse before you met them on some level. And you may even have like a a connection, a relationship where you kind of act like you're old and an old married couple. You know, your friends might joke about, oh, those two act like an old married couple, you know. Maybe you jokingly call them your work wife or your work husband. You know, because you have that kind of dynamic as if you were an old married couple, which is kind of fun, isn't it? But it's more than that. It's more than surface level, is what I'm hearing. The thoughts run deeper. Oh goodness, I just had to pause the video because I went to try and say something and some saliva just caught in my throat and I had to choke, I had to cough. So I quickly paused it so you guys didn't have to listen to that. But it's almost like they try to tell you but they choke. They try to say but they just can't get the words out. Yeah. Maybe they do cough or choke a lot in your presence. Maybe they get the hiccups when they're around you. It's almost like the throat chakra just can't quite get the words out. Can't quite get the words out. Let's bring this turquoise crystal in here to help them with that. Let's help Par One's person with their throat chakra if they would like to receive some energetic healing from my little turquoise crystal today. Or for their highest good, only if they wish to accept it. So that'll be up to their higher self if they wish to accept that. Okay. Nothing you have to do, don't worry. That's just me sending a little bit of an offer of healing to your person for their throat chakra if they would like to receive it. And you must always ask somebody's permission before you send them a healing, even if you're just asking their higher self or their spirit team. Okay. Yeah. The new start's coming. It is. The new beginning is coming, but they're just so tired. But despite that, I feel like they're so happy when they think about you. Like it really brightens their day. Like it makes them feel so reassured, like there is a purpose to everything that they've done, everything that they're doing. I feel like you're the one that keeps them. I've got the hiccups now. This is madness. I just saw 1717 on the clock. So 178 is an interesting number. I want to bring that numerology in here. 17 is the star, isn't it? I was expecting the star to come out and it didn't for some reason. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Temperance. Okay, we'll take it. Another major theme of finding balance. But it's like you're the person calling them forwards. You're like their inspiration, the one that helps them to keep moving forwards, to help being inspired. You're like a muse, inspiration to this person. In their quiet moments, I think their mind drifts to you. Oh, it's lovely. It's very nice. It's a very gentle, sedate energy. So I feel like this is somebody who is quite a slow mover. They're going to take this time with this connection. There are obstacles in the way, but they are overcoming them. I think some of the obstacles are now in the past. I think they've kind of gotten over some of the negative thought patterns that they might have been stuck in. I think some of those have passed. They've worked through them. Might have got some advice from a friend, a brother, sister. Because it feels like they're coming forwards. Let's just get... I was going to ask my guides, shall I take one more? And I got a very stern no, so I'm not going to take any more of those. That's me told. I have to do as I'm told. I'm going here next. Okay, let's just get some little messages from your person. What are their thoughts of you today? So we're just going to ask for Par One's person. What are their thoughts of them today? My heart skips a beat when I see you. Oh, I love that. I love this deck. That's so adorable. You make my day. See, that's what I was saying. It's like they really look forward to seeing you. Date night tonight. Now that's interesting. And it's come out next to the Three of Cups, which is like a celebration or a party or a wedding reception or a knees up with some booze. So, interesting. Maybe you're going to see them soon, or perhaps even tonight at some sort of event, out at a pub, club, party, event. And I'm so glad my day begins and ends with you. Now, this could just be their thoughts about you. It's like you are the person on their mind when they wake up. You are the person on their mind when they go to sleep. Beautiful energy. Really loving that. Very grounded energy coming through from this person as well. So they could be an earth sign, which is Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. Okay, where are we going next, guys? You want to go to this one? Okay. All right, let's get some more information about their thoughts of you today. Oh, some cards just threw themselves on the floor. I'm going to retrieve them. Oh, that's why. Okay. I shuffled these so thoroughly. We have twin flames. So that could just be a very strong soul connection. You may not like the words twin flames. I don't think we fully understand what they even are in this lifetime because we're humans. Wedding rings and sunglasses. Yeah. So it does feel like there is a soul union here already. It's like they're always thinking about you. On the bottom I've got love call. I'm just going to take that one as well. I'm going to pop it here next to the turquoise. Maybe they're literally going to message you or telephone you or contact you on social media, something like that. It feels like they want to. Certainly feels like they want to. I'll just read out the words on these cards as well. So twin flames, we had yin, yang and balance, union and duality, complement and polar opposites. So you may be very different people. And I don't see that as a bad thing in this connection. I see you as very much complementary of each other. Wedding rings, we have union and marriage, soul connection, everlasting love and devotion. It does feel like on a soul level, on a very deep level, this person's very devoted to you. Now, whether that's exactly what's playing out in the 3D at the moment may be another matter, but there is a deep soul devotion here with the twin flames and the wedding rings. It's almost like on some level you're already married. Maybe you are married to this person. Sunglasses, watching, looking, perception, stalking. I do feel this person's trying to keep tabs of you, keeps an eye on you, maybe on social media. Maybe you think, oh, this person doesn't use social media, but actually they do. They have LinkedIn. They use it for work and you forgot that. You know, I feel like this person does keep tabs on you, keeps an eye on you, likes to see what you're up to. And if not, maybe they've got a picture of you that they like to look at. I feel they might have a picture of you, or maybe they know where to find a picture of you online just to look at. Oh, it's so sweet. Love call, expressing love, messages of love, thinking of you, informing you. So here's your confirmation that yes, they are thinking of you today. You were drawn to this reading for a reason, for sure. Oh, it's beautiful. So you may get some sort of message, text, phone call from them later on today. Beautiful. Or very soon. It feels like they really, really want to. That's what's on their mind right now. It's like they can't stop looking at your picture. So they can't stop looking at your picture and maybe even daydreaming about what could be. Okay, let's get some more cards. See what we've got here. What is Par 1's person thinking about them today? What are their thoughts? Clarity, yes. That ties in nicely with the Ace of Swords here. Family. So clarity says truth, intentions and honesty. Family says fertility, parenthood and pregnancy. Lusting, ooh, forbidden, non-committal and sexual energy. So yes, this is what I was saying. There is a strong physical attraction here for sure, but maybe it's a little bit taboo. Pride, arrogance, ego and stubborn. Yes, there's definitely a sense of stubbornness, which would make sense if they've got a lot of earth in their astrology or in their big three, for example. And on the bottom we've got pain, apprehensive, afraid, cautious and divine masculine, yang and masculine energy. Intimacy, bonding, sensual, confiding. Maybe they're not very good at being sensual because I couldn't seem to get the word out for some reason. And running, ghosting, disappearing, invisible. So maybe this person's the runner in a twin flame dynamic that you're already aware of. Or maybe they've just kind of been avoiding you and you're thinking, why aren't they coming forwards? What is wrong with them? They're clearly attracted to me. And we've got distance on the bottom. I'll just bring in, because I was saying about this sense of separation, this sense of something keeping you apart. This distance that I can't quite put my finger on. And of course, it's going to be different for everybody. So the attraction is certainly there. This person carries the divine masculine energy in the relationship, in the connection. That doesn't necessarily mean they're a man. it's just energy. So, yeah, there's a real fear of being hurt coming through here. This person's been hurt very badly in the past, possibly by a spouse or an ex-spouse, maybe somebody they have children with. Maybe it's an ignoring or emotionally distant mother or father that's hurt them. And I feel perhaps they're getting some clarity on that. Maybe they've had some psychotherapy or counselling, or maybe they've been reading books about attachment styles. I feel like they've been educating themselves. They've been finding things out because they wanted to understand why they were running from this situation, or why they have run from deep connections in the past. Perhaps you are acting as a catalyst for them to actually heal this particular aspect of them, which may allow them to actually come into union with you. Whereas previously that wouldn't have been necessarily possible, or perhaps not possible on the long term. So, yeah, intimacy and lusting. There's definitely a desire to get physical here, isn't there? Definitely, I'm not saying there's a desire to possess you. I feel that's coming through. And I don't mean that in a horrible way. I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in a protective, loving way. But this is somebody who is very proud, definitely a very masculine energy. Very proud, and also doesn't want to get their heart broken again. They really, really don't want to get their heart broken, but they so desperately want to come forwards. Oh, it's kind of sad actually to look at. It's making me a little bit sad. Where are we going next? This one? Okay. All right. Pile one's person. What are their thoughts of them today? It's all too much. Yeah, it's a lot. It's that 10 of Wands energy, that exhaustion, that overwhelm, that it's just all too much to deal with. I'm not carrying these stupid sticks anymore. I'm putting them down. It's too heavy. My arms hurt. I want to have a sit down. I'm hungry. I want to have a drink. I want to have a lie down. I want to sleep. I want to rest. Everyone, just get off my back about these stupid wands. That's that kind of energy. It's dark without you. Yes, it is. They miss you. The heat between us is intense, like we didn't already know that. Yeah. It's, oh, you deserve better. So there is some lack of self-esteem, self-worth coming through here on the bottom as well. So this could be somebody that doesn't think they're good enough for you, or maybe doesn't think they can offer you enough at the moment, doesn't think that they can step up to the plate and give you everything that you deserve right now, which is a very frustrating message to get, to be honest, because you might be thinking, I don't care, I just want you. I'm not fussed about this or that in a particular time scale, I just want to be with you. But they think otherwise, and that's a very masculine way of thinking. So don't take it personally if that is the case. They may be just trying to do the right thing. Oh, trying to do the right thing. Yeah, coming through with the ego, arrogance and stubbornness, trying to do the right thing. Oh, okay. Right, let's get one of these now. I'm going to shuffle them off camera because not all of the pictures are YouTube friendly. Let's see what messages we have here for you. Twin flames. Well, there's our confirmation. A second twin flame card. That's very unusual to see, but it says your passion ignites. But yes, this is a very strong soul connection, soul bond. You knew that. You didn't even need me to tell you. So you knew that, didn't you, pile one? And just lastly, we're going to get some of these oracle cards here. This is the Green Witch Oracle, which is my new deck, which I absolutely love. They're really nice to shuffle as well. Very nicely made, good quality cards, these. Really loving them. Images are nice too. Okay. Hope with the daffodil on 38. Energy on 28 with the orange. And healing on 37 with the geranium. Oh, isn't that lovely? I'm just going to bring in gratitude as well with the pink rose on 36. Beautiful. 38, 37, 36. Bit of a countdown. That's been a theme in my readings recently. And I have shuffled these very thoroughly. Very thoroughly. So please be aware of that. Yes. They are hopeful about this connection. There is that hope. And regardless, they are so grateful that you're in their life, regardless of what happens. I feel like you are an important person to them. I'm hearing you're their favourite person for some of you. And if that's the case, I think you'll know that. Just saw 2929 on the clock, which is your confirmation. 2911-2, which is a deep spiritual connection, which is a balanced connection of two souls coming together. And they are doing their healing. They are, because they have had so much pain. there is this fear of not being good enough, not being able to offer you what you deserve or what you need, what you want, of being rejected for that reason. I think that's their biggest fear, to be honest. And energy with the orange, that's this lovely, zesty, beautiful, sweet fruit here. And I feel like that's what you are to them. You are this beautiful, sweet treat that's also healthy for them. You're not like candy or anything. You know, you're not like something that's some unhealthy sweets or something. That they would eat. You're actually good for them as well. You're a balanced influence in their life. So it feels like they're kind of going backwards and forwards a little bit in their mind about this connection and what to do about it. So I'm going to clear the table away now, and we are going to do letters, charms, and some astrology signs just to get a bit more confirmation for you. So I'm going to pause the video and I'll see you in a second. And as if by magic, the table is clear, and we are going to pull our letter tiles now to get some more confirmation. Now these could spell out your name, their name, names that are significant to you, place names, initials, or just words that are meaningful. Of course, it doesn't have to. This is just a bit of extra confirmation for you. So we have W, D, E, Ed, G, Jed. Makes me think of Alan Partridge. If you've seen Alan Partridge, you'll know who Jed is. He's his biggest fan. I'm going to resist doing the impression. No one needs to be subjected to that. I, V, so Vi, Violet, Viola, Agnes, Vera, Wendy, K, Katie, O, C, Y, Yvonne, Victor, another I, Yi, F, Phi. Now I'm feeling like some kind of like Chinese or Asian names coming through here a little bit, and I don't really know those very well, so do bear with me. E, N, Fang, Shong. Curious. Q, I apologise if I've offended anyone by saying something terrible, because I really don't know other languages like that. Another Y. That's not my intention to be disrespectful. I'm just saying what's coming to mind. U, Yui. I have a friend called Yui. That's why I know that name. Ah, a blank tile. So that could be anything. So I've got the word kitten coming out. Fence, maybe work for a fencing contractor. Maybe this person fixed your fence and that's how you know them. Cat. We do have a cat on our thimble here. Maybe there is a connection to cats in your connection. Let's bring out our astrology dice. Let's get some signs. So these could be in your big three, their big three. So that's their sun sign, moon sign, or ascendant. Or it could be a strong influence in their chart. Not necessarily. It's just a bit of extra confirmation. We have Scorpio, Leo, Aries, and Virgo. I thought we were going to have some Earth show up. Okay, and let's get some charms for some extra confirmation here for you. What charms have we got for pile one? Oh, that's quite a lot. Look, lots of letters came out. This R really wanted to be over here, didn't it? Like it wants to spell out Vera, so we'll let it sit there because it wants to. We have an H, F, again Fendi. That's a brand, isn't it? It's like a high fashion brand. Maybe that's significant to you. N, D, and an X. X marks the spot. We've also got Capricorn. I said there was Earth here, didn't I? So Capricorn will pop over here. And then we have, oh, a four-leaf clover. Now this is interesting because the thimble for pile 3 has a clover on it. So there may be a connection to pile 3 for you if you are drawn to look at that one as well. And then we've got this funny little rabbit. He's got his fists up like he wants to have a bit of a fight. Now, pile 2 has a hare on their thimble. So again, there could be a connection to pile 2 here for you if you're drawn to that one as well. But it's like he's going, put him up, I'll fight the lot of you. Like Scrappy Doo, do you remember him? There's a little monkey. Looks a little bit gormless, if I'm honest. The gormless monkey sitting there going, duh. I'm sorry, I don't know where this is coming from. Right, blame my guides. Got the lovely little cat here. Oh, you know what this cat looks like? This cat looks like a collectible cat that I have, which I'm going to show you because it is uncannily similar. Look at this. Is that or is that not the same cat? That's the same cat, isn't it? Look at those big eyes. That's, unfortunately, this one was damaged and repaired at some point, but this is like from the 50s or something. It's a very cute little thing. So more cat energy coming in there. We have a pair of glasses with an anchor hanging from it. So maybe that's interesting. So I'm going to bring them in together. Maybe you wear glasses. Maybe they do. Maybe they need glasses to sail a boat. That's a very specific message for somebody. Or maybe they left the glasses on a boat. Very, very specific message for somebody there. We have a lovely owl coming in with Minerva energy. So the Roman goddess Minerva could be a connection to Rome, Italy, or Greece. But I feel Minerva more than her Greek counterpart, Athena. I do feel a connection to Isis as well. Goddess Isis. There's a lot of goddess energy coming through here, which is really interesting all of a sudden. We have a bat. Maybe they have really good eyesight. Maybe they work with bats, see in the dark. Maybe they like Batman. Got the campaign for nuclear disarmament. This has been coming out a lot recently. Maybe there is a need for peace. Okay. We have this little mask. Isn't that gorgeous? So maybe you've been to a masked ball together. Maybe you're going to go, maybe you met at Halloween. Or maybe somebody is wearing a mask in this connection, but it seems a bit more literal. I want to say this is a bit more literal than that. We have our hand of Fatima here, hand of Hamza. So there's beautiful protection coming out here for this connection. Maybe you need that protection. You know, maybe there are people who are against you coming together. We have another cat. Interesting. I'm going to put the cats together. Yeah, the little cats together. It's interesting because the images on all 3 of our thimbles have come out. We've got a cat, we've got a hare, or a rabbit. Looks like a hare. It's got very big ears. And a shamrock. Well, a 4-leaf clover. So isn't that interesting? It's mirroring our 3 thimbles there. So make of that what you will. Very interesting message. With this lovely sea turtle. So great wisdom. Maybe there's a connection to the sea, to the ocean. Maybe you're about to go on holiday together because I've got 2 matching starfish. So again, twin flame energy here. Beautiful, beautiful connected souls. You are the same person, basically, which is the twin flame energy. So that's a beautiful soul connection. Very deep. There's a lot of wisdom here as well. It's a very old soul connection as well because we've got the infinity sign coming through here as well. You could also have a connection to the number 8, but the infinity symbol shows you've known each other for a very, very, very long time on the soul level. We have a US flag, or what I think is supposed to be one. So there's a connection to the United States there, perhaps, or even to the President of the United States. Because I want to, you know how government officials in America wear their little pins? They've got those little US flag pins that they wear. Maybe there's a connection to one of those little pin badges that they wear. And we have a sweet little deer as well. Maybe one of you likes Disney. Maybe there's a connection to deer. Maybe one of you is a hunter, I'm hearing. It's a little bit dark. There we go. Okay. So, thank you so much for joining me, Pile 1. Like I said, if you feel drawn to watch 2 and 3, I haven't even recorded them yet, so I've got no idea what they're going to be like. But there is a connection to both of them here. So, if either of those resonates, please do check those ones out again. Please remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That helps me so much. I am trying so hard to reach my target of 1,000 subscribers right now, and I would love it if you could be a part of that. Please like the video, leave a comment if there's something you'd like to share with us all, and I will see you very soon. Take very good care of yourself, sending you lots of love. Bye bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. Today we are going to look at their thoughts of you today. How is your person thinking about you? What are they thinking about? We're going to have a look. You chose the Light Seers Tarot with the gorgeous little running hare on this thimble. We're going to pop this over here. Oh, I'm being told to put it there. Okay, the energy's going that way. Got it. Right, okay. Which is interesting because for pile 1 I had their little cat thimble on this side, but now I'm being told no, the energy's going that way. So let's shuffle our tarot cards and take a look to see what your person's thoughts of you are today, what they're thinking about, how they're feeling. What are their thoughts for pile 2? Okay. And I'm hearing shouting in my head all of a sudden, so I'm not sure who stepped in, but somebody is shouting at me. Okay, they're going to have to wait a second while I put the cards out. I'm a clairaudient, I'm also a medium, so people's guides do speak to me and I do hear them. Sometimes physically hear them with my physical ears. At the moment I'm perceiving it, but it's like someone shouting in my left ear. So I'm asking them to please wait while I put the cards out. This could be your guides, it could be their higher self, your higher self, could be somebody else. We're going to find out who is shouting at me right now because I don't appreciate being shouted at, guys. My guides are just going to step in and ask this person to calm down a little bit. It's nothing to worry about, guys, don't worry. This is not uncommon. When I'm working, people will come in and talk to me. This person's shouting almost like I'm deaf, which I'm not. Maybe you're deaf, maybe your person's deaf, maybe there's a deaf person around you, maybe that's a theme that's coming up, but it's almost like this person needed to shout at me, but not being aggressive. I feel like they're just very, very emphatic about what they're saying. Just seeing 41 on the clock, which is very interesting because that's a person who's very, very grounded. And likes to be in control of their surroundings. So I feel like this person likes to be in control of their surroundings. They like to take charge. They might be quite loud as well, and they might be someone who shouts a lot. Some people do. You know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Maybe a little bit disruptive, but yeah, some shouting. Or maybe you were shouting at each other last time you saw each other. You know, maybe there was an argument, a shouting match. Maybe they are shouting at somebody today, literally. Maybe there's something literal, because my left ear is actually hurting a bit now, as if someone had physically shouted at me. So you can take that away, please, guys. Thank you. I'm just going to see if I can bring this energy in of who it was who was trying to shout in my ear. And my left ear is my intuitive ear, of course. So okay, I'm hearing a male voice with an English accent, which it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a British person. That's just the way I'm perceiving it. And they're saying, I just want to tell them that I love them. I just want to tell them that I love them. You've got to tell them. So it feels as though for somebody here, and this won't necessarily be for everyone, it feels for somebody here, somebody is desperate to speak to you. Maybe, yeah, or maybe it's you that is desperate to tell them, to declare this love to them, but they can't for some reason. There is something preventing them from doing that. And I want to go to the Five of Swords energy here, because if you look, he's actually holding his left ear. He's got his hand up to his left ear, like I did a moment ago, and a crow was shouting at him, you know. But it's almost like something shouting in your ear. Or maybe it's his or her spirit guides shouting. I feel for many of you this is a divine masculine energy that I'm picking up, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're a man or a male. Yeah, maybe every instinct that they have is yelling at them right now, saying you've got to tell this person that you love them. You've got to tell them, they need to hear it. They're sat there on their throne waiting for you to make that declaration, waiting for you to say something. And there's a lot of pain here as well with the Nine of Swords. There's a lot of worry with these swords cards here. These are real cards of worry and bother and difficulty and obstacle. And the thing is, they're flanked by such different cards. We've got the World and the Page of Wands, almost like, yay, we're going to advance, we're going to move forwards, everything's going to be great, I'm going to have everything I've ever wanted. And then all of a sudden, oh no, I can't do this. I can't have that. Maybe there's some self-sabotage going on with this person. Yes, I feel there's some self-sabotage for some people. I'm hearing there may be substance abuse going on for some people here as well. That will only be for a few, not for everybody, of course. Remember, this is a group reading, so only take the messages that correspond to you, that make sense to you. I just saw 4444 on the clock, so I want you to make note of that number. I feel 44 is an important number for you at the moment. It is a very powerful, very grounded number, so it's very much about things happening in the here and now. Maybe somebody trying to escape the here and now just because it is too much, because it is too difficult. This person may be divorcing somebody else and they literally just want to get out of that situation and maybe be with you. For some of you, that's definitely the case here. And maybe there is arguing going on. Maybe there are people arguing around them and it's very, very difficult to deal with, difficult to cope with. So maybe they are having an extra glass of wine or an extra beer, you know, or something else they shouldn't be having, which is completely understandable. You know, this isn't about judgment here. I feel this person kind of needs a bit of support at the moment. They're trying really hard, but they've got a lot going on in their life. I'd say you are definitely on their mind. I would say they are definitely thinking about you. But it feels like they're going backwards and forwards between being really, really enthusiastic and happy and then thinking, oh, I can't do this. What am I thinking? They're never going to want to be with me. What was I thinking? Maybe they just find me physically attractive. Maybe there's nothing more to it than that. Maybe I'm okay with that. Maybe I'm not. You know, there's this real kind of seesaw energy going backwards and forwards here for me right now. Like something's got to give. 9 of Swords, 9 of Wands, yeah, the end of the cycle with the 10 there in the middle. So it's like we've reached 9, it has to end, we have to go to 10, we have to go to 10 now, but it's like everything's so difficult. How can we possibly enter the new cycle right now when everything is just such a mess? You know, this person might be thinking, my life is such a mess, how can I enter a new cycle with this person when I'm in such a state? But that's not the truth. That's some dark thoughts coming in. So with the Devil here, this can be about addictions, it can be about substances, it can be about very dark thoughts, negative thoughts, what we call the ego mind. There could be a need. Oh, that's a dustbin lid. Maybe it's Oscar the Grouch coming out. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. That's my neighbour putting his rubbish in the bin outside. And he's got one of those old-fashioned metal dustbins in the garden to put his bin bags in, and that was the metal lid you just heard, so it made me think of Oscar the Grouch. Maybe there's a connection to Sesame Street. Okay. Love Oscar. Yeah, but it's almost like, oh, that's why it came in. This person distracts themselves. They distract themselves. Maybe they go into social media. Maybe that's where the substances were coming up. Maybe it's social media. Maybe it's doing something, but they distract themselves from their thoughts because a lot of the time they're just too much. There's a person with their head in their hands here, person with their head in their hands here, person with their head in their hand. A lot of their thoughts are too much because it's almost like you are too much, you are too golden, too bright, too sunny, too much for them. Wow, this person feels tormented on some level, and not necessarily because of you. Okay, you're not necessarily their tormentor. You might be, in which case stop it. But they do feel like a little bit of a tormented soul, maybe an autistic person, maybe somebody very sensitive, maybe they're on the autism spectrum. So, maybe they are on the autism spectrum, so they literally don't necessarily appreciate when they're shouting a bit too much, or maybe they have sensory issues, so they struggle when someone shouts at them, for example. Or maybe you're on the autism spectrum. Yeah, because there's a very unbalanced energy that comes through, you know, that this person is struggling, that there is a sense of struggle, but there's also this light up here and this enthusiasm as well, and the change that has to happen. It has to happen, but maybe there's somebody who's a little bit contrary as well, and I think this can sometimes go along with people on the spectrum. Feel free to correct me if I'm way off base here, but just from my own personal experience and the people that I'm friends with and that I know, it feels like there may be a resistance to change, even if it's good for them. And that is something that a lot of people do, to be fair, you know, neurotypical people as well as neurospicy. But it feels like there's a resistance to change, even if it's good for them. And that's very common, you know, when we are stuck in a rut, the rut is familiar to us. We know the rut, but moving out of it would be terrifying because we don't know what's outside. So no matter how uncomfortable the rut is, it is a known quantity. And to step outside of that rut, no matter how painful and uncomfortable, it might be worse out there. So why would I make the change? Because I know where I am with this pain. I know where I am with this discomfort. There's a song coming to mind that someone recommended to me called A Pain That I'm Used To. That could be one. Could be a connection there to the words of that song. Give me a pain that I'm used to. I think it's quite old. I'm trying to remember who it was. Really good track. Yeah, there's a resistance to change even though they want it. A resistance to change even though they want it, just because it's frightening, because it's different, because perhaps this is somebody who really struggles with change more than the average person. Because we do, everyone struggles with change to a point, don't we? Change is hard, change is difficult. It takes courage, it takes bravery. And this person has such a brave, beautiful heart as well. They really do. They're enthusiastic about new things. They're original. They're an excitable person. I really like their energy, their enthusiasm for things. I think they think outside of the box and they see things in different ways. But when it comes down to actually making the change, it's difficult for them. They're more of a visionary than a doer. More of a visionary than a doer. Yeah, that's what we're getting here. Okay. So it may be that they're holding themselves back from you with the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands, perhaps through worry. Perhaps they think they're protecting themselves or protecting you from them. Maybe they think they would be a bad influence on you and they don't want to be that person that brings difficulty into your life. So there is a deep respect for you here. There's a very, very deep respect. There's a deep love. There is an appreciation of who you are and what you bring to the connection. There's also a little bit of, is this person too good to be true? I feel like this person, when they think about you, there's a little bit of, is this person too good to be true? Is it the sun, or is somebody just shining a torch in my face? You know, it's like, am I being blinded by this beautiful light of the sun, or is someone just shining the headlights of the car that's about to hit me? You know, is it the light at the end of the tunnel, or is it the train coming the other way? It's that kind of doubting self, doubting their instincts, doubting their intuition. This person struggles to listen to their intuition. It might be quite heightened, but they struggle to listen to it regardless. Maybe that's why the spirit guide was shouting in my ear. Maybe they think they have to shout at me like they have to shout at them. That would certainly make sense for some of you guys. Take what resonates, take what makes sense. I do love the sacred geometry on this card. I'm very, very drawn to the sacred geometry. Maybe this is somebody who works in a field connected to geometry, mathematics. Maybe they work in a theoretical field, you know, physics, maths, engineering, construction. Maybe they're an architect. Maybe there's something about balance and shapes coming through here. And I'm very drawn to numerology as well. With I'm a numerology, as you guys may know, and the numerology that I study, esoteric numerology, we also look at geometry, sacred geometry as well. We study that. So maybe that's something that this person is interested in. Maybe they're interested in sacred geometry, higher magics, esoteric knowledge, things like that. They're an interesting person for sure. And now we have a helicopter going over. Interesting. In pile 1, we had a train and we had an aeroplane. And now we've got a helicopter for pile 3. What on earth will be next? Goodness me, I don't know what's happening today. I'm so sorry about this noise. Go away. So noisy. No, well, it might be the Coast Guard. I suppose I should give them a break, shouldn't I? Might be the Coast Guard, or it might be the Navy, Royal Navy, going over. It's a big one. Sounds a bit like a Chinook. It sounds like a big one, doesn't it? It could be a Chinook because I'm quite close to a naval base. A couple of naval bases. No, I went to the window but I wasn't quick enough. Didn't see it. There could be a connection to the Navy, to naval bases and to helicopters. So maybe even a connection to Portsmouth. The Portsmouth I'm thinking of is in England, but there is more than one, I think. Isn't there one in New England? Is there a Portsmouth? Oh my goodness, there's another one. That's insane. No, it's the same one going around and it made the dog bark, so I'm just closing the windows. My apologies, friends. So, it wasn't a Chinook. Disappointing, I like seeing them. Okay. It's literally the only helicopter that I can identify, so, you know. Right, back to your person. You see, this person gets distracted. Their energy is just like, ooh, squirrel. There's a real distractible energy here. Quite light-hearted as well. Very interesting. We're going to go to messages next. Okay, guys, right. My guide's just telling me we're going to messages next. Buck up, Helen. Come on. Right, we're going to get some messages from your person. We're going to find out how they're thinking of you today, what their thoughts of my pile number 2s are today. Okay, what have we got here? Oh, the cards don't want to come out. They're being playing a little bit close to their chests. Okay. I love the way you make me laugh. Oh, that's lovely. You are fabulous. I like how that's sitting on the Queen of Cups. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it doesn't matter if you're male or female. You're fabulous. I think they really like the way you dress. They really appreciate your sense of humour. Wow. You are one of the best decisions I've made in my life, and sat on the sun. They really appreciate you, regardless of the nature of your relationship. They very much appreciate you as a person. I think you're a very strong influence. I fall for you all over again every day. Yes. They are thinking about you a lot. They are thinking about you a lot, particularly if it's the summertime. I want to say, I'm recording this in summer, but when you watch it, maybe at a different time of year. But it feels like you are the sun. You are that summer day to them. You are this sunflower, and there could be a connection to sunflower imagery in your connection as well. Everyone has their own love story, but I will always think ours is the best. It's very sentimental energy, and that could be an energy that they don't show, or maybe that you do know about. And it's like they want me to take all the cards. I mean, these are all lovely messages, but I feel almost like they want me to take all the cards, and I'm not going to do that because that would be ridiculous. But it's like, no, take all the cards, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. I'm like, calm down. If you've got ADHD, seriously, they might have. That might literally be a thing. So, where are we going next? These ones. Let's find out their thoughts of you today. Pile 2's person. How are they thinking of you today? What are their thoughts? Poker face, taking a chance. There could be a connection to the Lady Gaga song there as well, or to the game poker. Risks and options, not showing their hand, gambling. Love call, expressing love, messages of love, thinking of you, informing you. Coffee cup, meeting and talking, savouring the moment, feeling elevated, building friendship. And seduction, interesting that should come connected to the devil, because the devil card's right there. Attraction, teasing, hooking up and date, third party, temptation. You are very tempting to this person. And on the bottom, I've been drawn to see, we have the butterfly, which says evolving and growth, next phase, healing inner child and releasing the past. And I think that's what they're struggling with at the moment. They're struggling to start this new cycle because they are absolutely terrified of it. I think that's the obstacle here, but we're looking for their thoughts specifically. And I think they are thinking about starting a new cycle, and they're kind of going around in circles a little bit. Like, one minute they want to message you and tell you how they feel. The next minute they don't want to show you because they've got their poker face back on, hiding behind a mask. You know, it's like, I'm going to tell them, I'm not going to tell them. I'm going to tell them, not going to tell them. It's this back and forth energy. It's exhausting. Wow, it may be making them feel very tired as well. Maybe that's why they need the coffee. This person has a great sense of humour because they keep making me make jokes. And in pile 1, I don't think I made any. It wasn't that kind of reading. It was a much more sedate, slow, quiet energy, whereas this one's much more excitable and fun. Seduction, attraction, teasing, hooking up and date, third-party temptation. There's a very tempting energy around you. So if this is a love triangle, for example, if they are not available, they're definitely thinking about being with you. Or they're thinking about seducing you. They're thinking about the physical side of things because we've got the devil there as well. There's a strong sexual energy here. There is a strong connection, physical connection. If you have been physical in the past, I think they're thinking about that quite a lot. I think that could be really helping them in making their decision as well. But there's a very strong desire to have physical contact with you again. Interesting. Where are we going next, guys? These ones. Okay. All right. Let's get some more messages. Find out what your person's thinking of you today. What are their thoughts? Oops. These ones do want to come out. Will this pain ever stop? Yes, I said they're in a lot of pain. They're struggling. It's difficult thoughts. Maybe physical pain for some people. Maybe they have a long-term illness, or maybe they have an injury that's literally hurting them. I don't want to be who I used to be. You deserve better. Yes, they know they have to change, start this new cycle so that they can be with you, but they're not sure if they can manage it. Okay, drugs and alcohol. I said there could be an issue with substance abuse for somebody here, and I don't want to be triggering, but that is the case for somebody here, not for everybody, of course. And on the bottom, I don't know where to start. Okay, so I'm just going to cover that one up because that could be a little bit upsetting. I don't know where to start. Yeah, this is difficult for them. Maybe it's their first serious relationship. You know, for some people it's maybe that they've only had flings in the past, or maybe they've never met someone quite like you before who is this emotional, beautiful, gorgeous, loving being. Maybe they've only been with people who used them or who had superficial connections to them, and they just don't know where to go with all of these feelings. That could certainly be causing some of this mental anguish that we're seeing down here and making them put up boundaries. Okay, this one. Okay, I'm going to shuffle these off camera because, as I always say, not all of the pictures are YouTube friendly. Let's see. What is it? That one? What's that one? Oops. Time. Yes, we've got a divine timing issue coming out here. Okay. Oh, hang on, let me just check that before I put it down. No, that's all right. That one's okay. Time. It says you're trying too hard, give it time. And I don't think that's necessarily the message. Maybe they're trying too hard. Maybe they're trying to push themselves to change faster than they are able to or comfortable with, and they need time. Maybe it's a message for you that they need time. And I just saw 010111 on the clock, so we've got lots of ones and zeros. So new beginnings, and also the angel number 1111. So look out for that one as well. I think that could be a message for you when you see it. Very interesting reading, this one. Okay, let's get some oracle cards for you. I think I've done all of the other decks, haven't I? Yes. Get some oracles. From the Green Witch Oracle, which is my new favourite deck. I say that about all my cards. I literally, I don't know how many times I've done that with a private client. If you've had a private reading with me, you'll know. I pick up a deck and go, oh, I love this deck. It's my favourite. They all are. I'm terrible. Duality, Banana, number 27. Longevity, Chrysanthemum on 39. And Attraction, Pansy on 34. Yeah, this person's very, very attracted to you physically and mentally, emotionally. On the bottom, Happiness. You make them really happy, so they can't stop thinking about you. Yeah. Oh, that's such a sweet energy as well. I'm really liking this one. Really love where it's taking me, this energy. Yes, it's almost like there is a long-term potential here. You do make this person very happy. They're very attracted to you. The seduction card peeping over the top. They're very, very attracted to you. I think they need a little bit more time. A little bit more time. Duality. That's kind of their lesson at the moment. That's what they're going through, this seesaw. If we were talking about numerology, it's number 2 energy that they're in at the moment, going back and forth, exploring polarities, exploring two opposing positions and trying to find where the truth is in the middle, where the balance lies. That is what they're going through, and it may actually be playing out in a number of different ways in their life. It may be playing out in different parts of their life as well. You know, they may be faced with opposition, polarity, that kind of experience, that kind of soul lesson that they're going through at the moment. And I just felt drawn to mention the rings I'm wearing today. I'm wearing 2 moonstones. Very, very similar rings, both the same shape. This one's slightly smaller and a lot darker. This is a very, very blue one. This is a very, very white one. So I want to bring this in on the number 2 energy, and moonstone may be important for you. Maybe that's something that you wish to wear or carry at the moment. Moonstone could be very helpful for you, particularly if you're a divine feminine, you're a woman, you resonate with that divine feminine energy. I've got the dark moon and the sort of lighter moon here as well. I like to carry both aspects. So it's the light and dark, the light and shadow aspects, and it could be that this person has some shadow work to do, some things to confront before they can step forward to be with you, or at least begin to confront. They don't have to do all of the healing. Nobody could do all their healing in this lifetime. That would be, I want to say heroic. That would be ridiculous. You couldn't possibly do that. That would be way too much. I'm not going to say never, but it's just so unlikely. We're human beings. We're not here to do everything in one lifetime. We're just here to have the experiences that we're here to have. Someone who is capable of doing that is probably going to reach enlightenment, so they're probably an avatar if they're doing that. Okay, I'm going to clear these away. We're going to do letters, charms, and astrology signs next, so I will pause the video and be back in a second. Okay, and as if by magic, the table is clear, and we're going to grab some letter tiles and have a look for letters to see if we can get words, initials, maybe your initials, their name, your name, place names that might be meaningful to you. What other words? We have O, G, maybe you're the OG, T, GT, maybe you like cars, motorbikes, Y, D, dog, Dot, Dotty, L, Lottie, another T, A, maybe you're in the TA, the Territorial Army, that's the Army Reserves if you're not British. Another T, lots of T's, lots of tea, maybe you drink a lot of tea together. Tatty. I'm going to put these here, that's fun. Tatty. Tatty is also French for auntie, I think. Okay. N, X, Xavier, R. I don't know why I said it with the French pronunciation. In English it's Xavier, isn't it? But Xavier came through. Maybe there's French or a connection to France or French speakers, Quebec. Another N, Q. Maybe they have questions for you. S. Maybe someone's a tattletale. S. Oh, maybe there's again a nautical theme. Maybe there's a ship involved. Maybe they're in the Navy, the Merchant Navy, the Military Navy. Is that the right word? I don't know. A. C. Okay, I'm going with the naval theme here. You know, whether it's yeah, and another N. Sean. Oh, okay, maybe there's somebody called Sean in this connection. Thalassotherapy, that's mud baths, isn't it? From like hot springs. Maybe there's a connection to hot springs or mud baths here as well. Got that coming through. Nate, maybe the name is Nate, Nathaniel. Shout out to my friend Nathaniel, hi, if you're watching. Rex, maybe there's a dog called Rex in this connection. Or maybe there's a cat that's a type of Rex, like a Cornish Rex. Stanley. Taste. Maybe there's a connection to eating and tasting things. Maybe you've been on wine tasting together. Okay, that's a very specific message for somebody. Maybe somebody's always late. I'm always late. I apologise. I apologise in advance to anyone who doesn't know me. I'm always late. Okay. There's a reason I'm always late. It's because I don't wear a watch anymore. I used to never be late and I would always wear a watch and I would always be paranoid and it would make me so anxious. And I realised one day that my watch made me anxious, so I took it off and I felt so free. And yes, I am sometimes late now. Not all the time, to be fair. I am sometimes late, but I'm also free. So maybe that's a message for someone too. Let's get our astrology dice. Let's have a look at some astrology signs. This could be your sun sign, your moon sign, your ascendant, or theirs. That's what we call the big three. Or it could be a sign that's important or significant in your chart, in their chart. Doesn't have to be. This is just a bit of extra confirmation for some people. So we have Taurus, Cancer, Cancer again, and Scorpio. Double Cancer. Okay, I'm actually just going to rethrow this one. And Capricorn. And Aries wanted to come out as well. So we've had 6 signs there. Or have we? No, 5. We've had 5 signs. There we go. What fun. Okay. So the goat hit the ram. Clashing personalities. Maybe you have clashing personalities. Maybe there's a message there. Maybe you butt heads. Literally like that. Like the ram and the goat. Okay. Let's go to charms. Let's have a little look, see what we've got for my lovely pile. 2s. See what we've got here. about their person and their person's thoughts of them and their connection, any confirmation we can get. That's a lot of charms. Okay, not complaining, but that is a lot. Pisces, we've got another sign coming out here. Pisces, I'll pop that with the astrology signs. Alrighty then, we have a cat. Okay, we also had a cat on the thimble for pile 1, so there could be a connection to pile 1 for you here. We have a filigree moon. They could like Art Deco. There could be a connection with Art Deco in the 1920s design, interior design. With the little Scotty dog here, there could be a connection to Scotland, to Scotty dogs, to Radley, if they like the brand Radley. There's lovely handbags, I'm a fan. Or there could be a connection to the game Monopoly as well. Lovely unicorn there, quite an interesting looking unicorn. Maybe you're the unicorn, maybe they're a bit of a unicorn, they feel out of place in this world, maybe you do. The campaign for nuclear disarmament, this is coming out a lot at the moment, this one, this kind of peace sign, this hippie peace sign, CND. I've seen it a lot and I don't know why it keeps coming out all the time. Okay, aeroplane, there could be travel, maybe they need to travel to be with you, maybe they're thinking about taking you on a trip. Okay, Cupid's arrow with the little heart on the end, so it could be that this connection came out of nowhere and just suddenly hit you or hit them, and now you just can't explain why you're so drawn to each other. We have a lovely sea turtle, connection to the sea, to the beach, again to the navy, to boats perhaps. We have an angel wing, that could be a message for somebody here. Oh my goodness, so many. We've got Paris, we've got the Eiffel Tower. There could be a connection to Paris or Europe or even to Tokyo, because there's an Eiffel Tower in Tokyo, isn't there? Maybe even, is there one at Disney? Where did that come from? I have no idea, no idea. There is a Disneyland in Paris though. Okay, little frog. Maybe there is a connection to France here with the frog. I don't mean that to be rude to anyone. It's just what comes to mind. Frog's legs. Star. Maybe they're a 4-star Major General. Where did that come from? Guys, seriously, my guide's putting words in my mouth now. There's a lovely bird here, the swallow. Maybe they like, what are those books called? Oh, God, what are they called? I haven't read them and I haven't seen the films, but they're very, very popular. Hunger Games, the Hunger Games series. Maybe a connection there. An Om symbol, is that right? That way around, isn't it? Yoga meditation could be a connection for you too. A very, very big heart, and I'm going to put the arrow in the very big heart here. Okay, so one of you is very big-hearted, if not both. I think it's both of you. We've got our little fairy sat on the moon, looking down with her little star. It's almost like you're admiring each other from a distance with that one. That's the kind of the secret admirer looking at you from a distance energy. We have a nice shoe. Maybe you like shoes. I like shoes. Who doesn't, right? We have a beautiful tree, connection to the forest, to greenery, to the outdoors, hiking maybe, or even growing trees or working in forestry perhaps. We have a dragonfly, might be a damselfly, I can't tell the difference, and I always get told off. A key, maybe you have the key to their heart. It's a very light energy with the dragonfly. And we have ships, we are. So just confirming, I can't speak, confirming for some of you that connection to the Navy, the Merchant Navy, to boats, to the sea, to the ocean, to the seaside, or to the coast. Okay. So my lovely pile 2s, I hope that was helpful. If you feel drawn to watch pile 1, you may wish to do so with the cat there. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you have a moment to do that. That really, really helps me. I'm trying to grow my channel, trying to reach my target of 1,000 subscribers. I would love it if you could be a part of that. If you're not already, I will see you very soon. Take very, very good care of yourselves, my beautiful pile 2. Bye-bye. Hello to my wonderful pile 3s. I was going to say beautiful pile 3s, but my guide said no, you have to say wonderful, because they need to know that they are appreciated not just for their physical beauty, but for who they are. So that could literally be your first message from your person. That could be the first thought that they are having about you. So you chose the Unfolding Path Tarot, and you chose this gorgeous Clover thimble here, which is very, very sweet, very adorable, which we are going to put here. I'm being told to put it there. Just line those up. Lovely. Okay. resonate. Also was very drawn to this book, which is Cutting the Ties That Bind by Phyllis Crystal. I don't know why particularly, but it caught my eye and I was told I had to get it out of my bookcase. It's quite an old book, actually. When was this one? It's very, not very old, it is quite old. And now I'm fussing. Here we go, 1982. This one was published. So I want to bring in a connection to cutting energetic ties, which might be a message for you to do some tie cutting work, which is a very positive thing to do. And I'm not saying you're cutting ties with this person, just cutting any negative energetic ties that may be draining you. Or this could be something that they are doing at the moment, or that they plan to do, or that you told them to do, for example. Maybe you've been talking to each other about doing a tie cutting ceremony. It's a very good thing to do. There is actually one on my other channel, Angel Wings Holistics. There's a Cutting the Ties with Archangel Michael that you can listen to over there. I will put a link above for you. You can also download the file if you want the audio file from my website. That's available for a very small price at angelwingsholistics.com. The website will be in the description below. That's also where you can book personal readings with me if that's something that resonates. So let's have a look for pile 3 to find out your person's thoughts of you today. And they're all coming out very fast, very higgledy-piggledy, so I think their thoughts are a little bit disruptive at the moment. So we've got the 9 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, the Empress, that's a lot of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, Temperance, the Page of Swords, and the Moon. Interesting. And on the bottom we have the Lovers. I'm just going to mention that. It's a lovely loving energy coming through here. Right. Okay, pile 3, your person's thoughts of you today. Wow. Interesting. I want to say this is somebody whose heart is guarded. Their heart is guarded, but they're also very protective of you. Okay. If you know each other, if you have some sort of like working relationship or friendship or even romantic relationship, they feel quite a protective person. There's a protective energy here, wanting to do what is right for you, wanting to do the right thing as well, wanting to make sure you're okay, wanting to make sure everyone's okay actually, but you come in very strongly here. Okay, obviously everyone's situation is going to be different, what your relationship is with this person, but I feel like they have a deep affection for you. Very deep affection, and I see that they recognise the differences between you and how you complement each other in very nice ways and very good. I feel like you may actually work together with the 3 of Pentacles here, King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. It feels maybe you work together, or maybe you have a connection through your work or through your business, and they really appreciate who you are. It is a divine counterpart, some sort of soulmate relationship here with the King and Queen. For sure, you're on each other's level. You're quite well suited as well, I want to say. You complement each other beautifully, very, very well suited. I think they know it. I think you help to bring this person into balance as well. I think you help them to see the other side of things, or to see sides of things they'd never even considered until you came along. It's almost like you're a bit of a unicorn and you walked into their life and sort of turned it upside down in the nicest possible way. Let's see what else. I feel like you learn a lot from each other. I think this person appreciates how much they've learned from you, or that they are learning from you. And they might try to teach you things as well, but your lessons are more deep. Your lessons are perhaps more emotional lessons. I think the emotional intelligence is your stronger suit, whereas theirs might be very practical matters to do with money, business, work. Oh. And I think they are thinking about having like a happy, stable situation with you here with the 10 of Pentacles. That's what they'd like to be able to offer you if they haven't already, if you're not already with this person. If you are, then I think that's what they want to offer you, or you might already have. But I feel like they would want to do things properly. I just had to pause the video to sneeze then, and that literally came out of the blue. Oh my goodness. So, excuse me. Maybe they have allergies, maybe you do. Yeah, they like to do things properly. They want to do things properly. There's a connection to Bacchus, the Roman god Bacchus, the god of wine and celebration here too. I think this person likes a party. They like wine. They like to have a good time, but with people that they care about, with family, with loved ones, not just to go out and party with randoms, you know, not that sort of person. They're a good person. I really love this person's energy. They are a really good person, a really kind person. They do the right thing for the people that they care about. They do the right thing for their family, for their loved ones, and they want to do the right thing for you. They want to do right by you. Okay. There may be a desire to have a family with you as well, or to do that if that's what you want. They want to do right by you. They want to worship the ground that you walk on. They want to be that person that you want. And I feel like maybe they're even thinking about proposing if you're at that stage of your relationship right now, because it feels like a very serious, grounded energy here, very powerful Taurus energy coming through, which is really nice. I'm really liking it. But there are aspects of them that they hide from you as well. Maybe you don't realise this. Maybe they kind of play the cards a little bit close to their chest, but this is a very honourable person, I want to say. Very honourable, a little bit old-fashioned. They might be a little bit older as well. They might be older than you, or they might just be older generally. You might be in your 40s, 50s, 60s more. There's a mature energy and an appreciation for what you bring to the table and what you are, who you are, although you're very different. I want to say they see you. They really see you for who you are, and they see sides of you that you don't even see. They see beauty in you that you don't even see. And I don't just mean physical beauty. They see beautiful aspects of you that perhaps you overlook. And that's what they're thinking about today. It's almost like they're sat thinking, wow, this pile 3, they are really wonderful. Yeah. I do feel like they want a commitment. If you're not already committed, I feel they want a commitment, or they are somebody that is very serious in relationships and commitments. So they would want that if you were to get together, if you're not already together. They would want that. And I think they know that they're a little bit intense. Maybe they could come across a bit intense, a bit full on in relationships, maybe a little bit possessive. But it's just because their heart is just so intent on its desire. If that makes sense. It's like if you're their heart's desire, they will do anything. Literally, they will move mountains for you. It's very powerful. It's like their heart is so true, loving. Their heart is so true and so loving. Wow. It's quite humbling to feel this person's energy, actually. It's really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. I feel they do have things they want to tell you. With this Page of Swords, I do feel a message coming in, information coming in, things maybe that have been hidden because it's next to the moon. But it has to be said because it all has to come out into the light of day now. Otherwise, the energy between you won't be balanced. They have to bring this situation into balance, particularly if you're not together yet, or if you need to move to another phase of the relationship. It's important. They're thinking kind of about how clever you are as well, how wonderful you are. This is very different to pile 1 and 2, I tell you now. Wow. Whew. They're such a protective force. On the flip side, they can be a little bit defensive, and they very much shield their heart from everybody. If they don't trust you, and it takes them a long time to trust somebody, you will not see what's in their heart. You won't see it at all unless you're very intuitive and you can see in. Like the Queen of Cups would be able to see into their heart regardless of the barriers they might put up. That may be the case for you as well. You may be somebody who's very intuitive, who's won this person over despite their best efforts to shield their heart from everyone. You know, maybe they're already in a connection. Maybe this is, you know, a love triangle, because we do have the energy of 3 with the 3 of Pentacles, of course. But This could be a love triangle. This could be somebody who has been in a situation for a long time and has always tried to do the right thing. Maybe they have a family with someone and they're not happy. They've never really been happy. It was never quite right, but they did the right thing. They stayed. They made the best of it. They raised their children. They looked after their spouse. You know, they've always do the right thing. I can hear them saying, I always do the right damn thing. I always damn well do the right thing. And that may be a frustration to them that they are that person, but it's also good that they are that person. It's righteous that they are that person. They may be a person of faith. I feel a deep spirituality from this person. Although they may not be as intuitive as you, they are very spiritual, very sensible, wise. There's a deep wisdom here, but also sometimes I think they're taken for a ride because of their kindness, because they do always try to do the right thing. I think some people have taken advantage of them in the past. Particularly in relationships, they have been taken advantage of because they always try to do the right thing and they always try to trust. And maybe that's why it takes them a long time to open up now. They do like opulence and beauty as well, so I think that's something that you connect on. I think they may be thinking about maybe taking you somewhere expensive. Ooh. Maybe a spa, you know, maybe an expensive restaurant, hotel, a resort, something like that. I think if they were going to propose soon, and for some of you, I feel like a proposal in the offing, they'd want to do it somewhere expensive, like take you off to the Caribbean or sort of a posh hotel or somewhere really classy to do it. That matters to them. Appearances matter to them. Appearances do matter to them. They like things to look a certain way. Aesthetics matter to them. They might be very artistic. Yeah, aesthetics are important too. They might be in fashion or design. Wow. There's a connection with children here. I'm drawn to the children on this card. They may be thinking about having children with you. Maybe they have children and that's occupying their thoughts. Or maybe your interaction with their children is what's on their mind. They're thinking about what it might be to blend their family with yours, or whether their kids will like you, which I'm sure they would. And doing the right thing for them to make sure they're okay. You know, if they have to leave a family to be with you or to leave a connection to be with you. So responsible. So steady. I feel their energy feels kind of like a deep hum in the background. It's hard to explain. I don't know why I just heard this really, really, really deep hum. Almost like a vibration, deep vibration. You know how elephants communicate with each other in deep vibrational noises? At nighttime, they I don't know if we can hear them. Elephants use these really low vibrational noises to communicate over long distances. I don't know why that came in then. I don't know why I got that connection, but that's a connection for somebody. I do feel there's a telepathic connection with you as well, and I'm seeing a seahorse. Seahorse, the father who looks after his children, does the right thing, is dedicated and loving as the mother. Wow. This person's really great, I have to say. I like this person. You have great taste, pile 3. And I think they think you have good taste as well. They appreciate and admire everything about you. Yeah. I think they are thinking about practical matters today too, but thoughts of you kind of creep in regardless, because they think, oh, what would Pile 3 say about this? Oh, I bet Pile 3 would think this was funny. Oh, I'd love to show this to Pile 3. I'd love to share this with Pile 3. Yeah, almost like they include you in their thought process about everything, which is very sweet. I think they talk to everyone about you as well. They're always saying, oh, Pile 3 is so great. Pile 3 said this to me the other day, and they're like, would you just marry them already? Seriously. It's very sweet energy. Oh, with the honeybees here as well, and the honey. Okay. Let's move on to some message cards. Oh, this is so adorable. This is so adorable. This energy is just so cute. This person's thoughts about you are so cute. You are my rock, my lover, my best friend. I feel a bit emotional actually getting these cards out. It's hitting me in the heart chakra and the solar plexus chakra. Thank you for being the one I can always count on. Yes, that means a lot to them. It's very important to them. Again, with the rock, they know they can rely on you. They know you are reliable to them. And you're very special to them for that reason, because not everyone in their life has been. A lot of people have let them down or used them. I love every minute we are together. This person lives to be with you. They really do. Like, they count the hours, count the days when they're away from you. I'm crazy about you. I think we guessed that. Lovely confirmation. They really are. They really are. I feel like this person would say that the way they feel about you is so unique. They've never felt this way about anyone. I don't think they've ever felt this way about anyone before. Such a beautiful connection. Okay, let's find out what other thoughts your person is having today. What are pile three's person's thoughts? Card has just flipped out. Shock, sudden change, shocking news, surprise and epiphany. I can't speak today. Transformation. Wow. Okay, shocking news. This could be a surprise proposal. This could be that they surprise you by suddenly telling you something. It feels like communication, unexpected communication may be coming in. Something that's going to cause upheaval in your connection. But I think it's good. Paradise, yes, it is good. Teddy bear. Oh. So paradise, happiness and joy, playfulness, enjoying each other, honeymoon phase. Maybe there's a wedding in the offing. Do I need to buy a hat? Pile three. Let me know. Maybe they're about to whisk you away on holiday and confess their undying love for you. Teddy bear, interested in you, blooming romance, flirting, want to date. Yeah, I think they're going to tell you something. They're going to confess some feelings if they haven't already. Or tell you some deeper things about the connection that you didn't know. And it might come as a bit of a surprise. The golden mirror, narcissist, love bombing, self-absorbed, one-sided, don't freak out. Poker face, taking a chance, risks and options, not showing hand, gambling. Okay, so for some people, and this will only be for a very few, this might literally be somebody with some narcissistic traits. Okay, we all have some narcissistic traits. It's only when we have too many that they become a bit of a problem. So I feel what this person's going to do is quite a big gesture. So it might feel like love bombing, but I don't think it is for most of you. Obviously, take it as it resonates. You know your situation. You know, pay attention to red flags, but it might feel like love bombing. Or they might feel that their love is one-sided. They're not sure if you feel the same. Okay, so there is that as well. You might be mirroring each other in that aspect. Maybe you've both been in abusive narcissistic relationships before. That could be the connection here. Okay, I'm not saying this person's a narcissist or you are, all right? It's going to be different for everyone. Take it as it resonates. Remember, it's a group reading. Poker face, yes. So I feel like they want to take a risk. With this and the shock card, they want to take a risk. They want to take a chance. And they might have been a little bit quiet about this, so you might not be expecting what's going to happen. And on the bottom we have twin flames. Oh, not my camera. Twin flames. So just confirming this is a very strong and important soul connection. But I do feel this person is a little bit afraid. They are a little bit afraid of getting hurt. There is some fear of having their heart broken as well. They're a little bit fearful. I think they've been used in the past because they are so honourable. I want to say they're such a wonderful person that they've been used in the past. And I don't think they believe you will use them, but there's still that fear, that apprehension, and that is no disrespect to you. That is no reflection on you whatsoever. Okay. Oh, lovely to have that one here. This is showing up a lot at the moment, the twin flame card. There must be a lot of people in very powerful soulmate connections coming through to my readings right now. So, all right, that'll be there then. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, that kind of speaks for itself. They would like to get physical, please. I need to hold back my true feelings for you. Yeah, like with the Nine of Wands energy. It's almost like they're scared to let it all out because it's so powerful. I can't handle your love. Yeah, very overwhelming. I don't want to say they literally can't handle it here because I feel they can. But it's a very overwhelming, very strong connection for them. Very strong connection. So will you leave me like the others? Yeah, there is this fear here. I think they've been used in the past. There is a little bit of apprehension. There's still at the back of their mind, because they are very logical, they're very methodical about things. They're still questioning, is this person too good for me? Are they going to leave me? I have to stay in control of my feelings here. I will do the right thing. I will step forwards. I want you so badly. But I need to keep myself in control. I can't lose control because I need to be safe. And it is so overwhelming. These feelings are really, really overwhelming for them. And I think they're a little bit taken aback with how much you love them, if you're in a connection, or how kind you are to them, how wonderful you are as a person, whether you're in a connection or not right now, whether you're in a relationship or not right now. You might just be friends, you might be colleagues, you might be acquaintances, you might not know each other particularly well, but there's still this deep connection that they feel. It's a deep, passionate connection. It's very beautiful, actually. Very, very beautiful connection. On that note, I'm going to get one of these. I'm going to shuffle them off camera because the pictures are not all YouTube friendly. That's the one. Soulmate. Yes, well, there's our confirmation that this is a soulmate relationship. It's a powerful soulmate, twin flame, divine counterpart relationship. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So if there is a distance between you, I feel you could be manifesting them at the moment. I feel they may be manifesting you. They may be wishing, wanting, praying, manifesting for you to come into their life right now as much as you are with them, or maybe more so. You may not realise, you might think, oh no, I'm the one that's thinking about them all the time. Well, they might be me thinking about you the same or more. Yeah, I feel the obsession goes both ways. I don't mean obsession in a bad way. I just mean the pull, the connection. It goes both ways. It's lovely. Very powerful. All right. So let's get some more messages here. Find out what your person's thoughts of you are today. A little bit more of a shuffle. There we go. Sorrow, loss, grief, depression. Hoping, expecting, faith, manifesting. What did I just say? They're manifesting you, or the next phase of the relationship. Finality, farewell, leave behind, closure. So maybe there's something they do have to leave behind in order to be with you. And that could be where this Sopho? Is that even a word? Can somebody tell me if that's a word? Loss, grief, depression. So the sorrow could be about leaving something behind. It may be that there's heartbreak here. My mind goes to the Three of Swords, which is like the heartbreak card, because the 3 is just staring at me there. So it could be that they have to leave somebody else in order to do this. Lusting, well, yeah, that's not surprising that one would come out, is it? So forbidden, non-committal, sexual energy. So yes, I wouldn't pay too much attention to those words. I'm just reading them out in case you're not looking at the screen, or if it's too small on your phone to see them, because there are individual messages for some people here as well. But yes, they're really hoping, they want this to happen. They want something to end and something to begin. And I feel that the beginning they want is with you, or the new beginning, or the beginning of the next phase is what they want with you. They need to leave something behind. They need to move on. They need to enter into a new phase of the relationship. And the closure might be emotional closure. It might be that they've been working on leaving a difficult feelings behind. Mistakes, misunderstood, victim, lost soul, exhaustion, depletion, drained, long journey, and trapped, stuck, tied down, captive, and divine feminine, yin feminine energy. Okay. So don't freak out at the cards. I would say that. Don't freak out, it's okay. Yeah, they are very fearful of making a mistake. They have made many mistakes, and I think the exhaustion comes from they do work very hard. I think they have maybe had a bad time. Some of them had a bad time in love before. And if they are leaving a connection, they may be exhausted from fighting with that person or trying to be everything they wanted them to be, and they just kept moving the goalposts the whole time and they could never meet. Maybe they were in a connection, or they are in a connection right now with someone who has a lot of narcissistic traits, someone who's maybe a little bit abusive, maybe emotionally abusive to them. Maybe they wouldn't know to call it that, but you see it from the outside. So they might literally feel trapped. But on the flip side, I want to say with trapped can have this dual meaning here. I feel like they're trapped in your gravitational field. And not in a bad way, they love it. It's like they couldn't walk away from you if they tried. They literally couldn't walk away from you if they tried right now. They couldn't walk away from this connection if they tried. It's too important. They have to do something. You are the divine feminine, I feel, in this relationship. And that doesn't necessarily mean you're a woman, okay? But it's like, I feel you're embodying the divine feminine energy, and they are looking at you, desiring you. We've got the Empress here as well. I mean, it could be them. It could be that they're the divine feminine in this situation. Of course, everyone's different. But I feel for most of you, it's you. And like, they couldn't walk away if they tried. They made so many mistakes in the past, and they'd be the first one to say it. Yeah. They try to do things so well. They're exhausted. I think they might need a break from work at the moment. They might need to take a holiday, take a vacation. That might be something that you've talked to them about in the past as well. And they need to listen. So pile 3's person, if you're listening, listen to pile 3 when they say you need a break, all right? And don't just agree and nod, actually do it. Makes all the difference. Okay. All right, let's get some oracle cards from the Green Witch Oracle. See what else we've got about their thoughts of you today. Okay. Very lovely reading, this one. Divination chives. Oh, you know what? They might be getting readings on you. They might be getting a reading on you. They might be watching YouTube readings as well, saying, oh, how does pile 3 feel about me today? That could be the mirror here. We had the golden mirror down there. They might be getting readings on you. So there you go. I feel like they'd be like, no, I'm getting a reading on you. Cheeky energy. It's like they've got this very kind of playful side that comes out around you. Okay, so we've got hope with the daffodil, protection with the onion. What did I say about them being very protective? Very protective of you, or of who they love. They protect the ones they love. It's so loving. It's so beautiful. They want you to be okay. They want you to be safe. And I think they're really, really hoping that this is going to go the way they want it to. Right, regardless of what phase your relationship is at, or whether it hasn't started yet, if it's still a crush, they're really, really hoping this is going to go well. There could be a connection to Wales there with the daffodil as well. Okay, they might be Welsh, you might be, or part Welsh, or a connection to country Wales. Maybe that's where you live. Protection, the onion. Onions make you cry, but they're also very protective, because when you chop onions, they will absorb like bad bacteria in the air. So I think during the Great Plague, that's what they used to do in the house. They would chop onions to absorb like the bacteria and anything in the air that shouldn't be there, to cleanse the air. So onions are some sort of air cleanser, much as they're very stinky. But they're great, aren't they, when you've got like a cold or some sort of virus or flu or whatever. Onions are fantastic for helping you to get better. The allium family, like garlic and onions. So I'm very drawn to that as well, garlic and onions. Maybe there's a connection with food there for you as well. All right. Grounding, potato. And emotion, cucumber. Oh, I want to make a salad. And I've got gratitude on the bottom with pink rose. They're so grateful you're in their life. Wow, I feel like they are a grounding influence for you in many ways. But in others, you're the grounding influence for them, because you help to ground their emotions. You help them to make sense of emotional situations that otherwise would mystify them. Potatoes are wonderful, aren't they? But I want to make a salad. I'll make a delicious potato salad with cold cooked potatoes. Chop the chives in, chop a bit of onion in, chop a bit of cucumber in. I think it would make the nicest salad. So maybe they're thinking about cooking for you. Maybe that is literally one of their thoughts today, is cooking for you. They're thinking, how can I impress pile 3 and show them how good I am at cooking? I bet they'd be really impressed if I made something for them. So I feel that could be a connection. Maybe they're a chef or a cook. Maybe you are. Obviously, don't eat the daffodil. Leave that out. Just put that on the table. Leave that out of the salad. Yeah, you help them to understand their emotions better. This is what I was saying about with the Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles. It's like, that's the King of Pentacles and that's the Queen of Cups. It's like, you help them to understand their emotions and they help you to be more grounded and logical and sensible. So, such a wonderful connection. It's such a beautiful connection, regardless of what stage the connection's at, the relationship's at, you know, whether it becomes a long-term relationship or not. I feel there's a good possibility it could do, if it hasn't already, because that energy, that potential is here. Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. This person really loves you. Okay, so I'm going to put these cards away now, and then I'm going to get out our letter tiles, our charms, and our astrology dice just to get a bit more confirmation for you, and I'll see you in a second. And as if by magic, the table is clear. Also feel this person might have an upset tummy or might be a bit gassy today. Don't ask me where that came from. Okay, so let's have a look at letter tiles. This is just to get a little bit more confirmation for you that this is your reading, this is your person. So we might see the person's name in the letter tiles, we might see yours, we might see their initials or a place name or a word that is meaningful to you and the connection. So we have L, U, T, maybe one of you plays the lute, why not? R, another R, R, I, another T, H, M, maybe you shop at H&M, maybe they do. Another T, do you guys drink a lot of tea together? I do. A, another I, Tim, train, maybe you train together, maybe you both do some sort of sport or martial art. O, A-E-I-O-U, maybe this person's an English teacher, maybe they like Old MacDonald. Okay, all the vowels. I've got a lot of vowels in the name. Got more I's here. I. Maybe, I was going to say, maybe someone's very egotistical and just talks about themselves all the time. And you guys laugh at them. Why? Why though? R. N. Nora. And another N. Run, maybe you run, you both run, you like running together. Maybe you're in a team together of some kind, maybe a work team, a sports team. Mute. Maybe you're mute around each other, maybe somebody is a deaf mute or around you or one of you. Maybe like mute swans. Riley, Timothy, Luther, Remy. There's a pub near me called the Three Tons, and I know there's more than one pub in the country called the Three Tons, so that might be a connection or connection to pubs. All right, I'll leave you to look at those when I get the astrology dice out. See what we've got here. Now these could be one of your big three, their big three, or it could be a sign that's meaningful in the connection in your synastry or in your charts. Doesn't have to be, just a bit of extra confirmation. We have Aries, double Gemini, and Scorpio. Double Gemini, interesting. You could both be the same sign, or you could literally be like twins. You know, you might joke about being like twins because you're so similar in some ways. And I'd say as well, this is confirmation of being twin flames with, because Gemini is the twins, isn't it? I'm just going to throw this one again. Gemini again. Okay, that really wanted to be Gemini, so that's what we've got. Okay. Alrighty, let's go to charms. See what charms we've got, what messages we have here for my wonderful path threes. Okay. Got some more letters here. We've got D, got T, oops, and we've got B. All right. Bud, Ted Bundy. I don't know who that is. Right. Leaf, that looks like a vine leaf. Maybe there's a connection to Greece or eating vine leaves. Maybe that's something you had at a restaurant. Or wine. Tree of life. Maybe one of you's a bit witchy or mystical. Good chance if you're watching this. Book. Maybe you both study, you like to read. Maybe somebody's a librarian. We have a treble clef. Maybe one of you is a musician. Reverse that way around. Yeah, I should know that. Right, we have a starfish. Lovely. Maybe you're about to go on holiday together. Maybe you met them at a holiday resort. Oh, yeah, there may be a connection with a holiday resort with Greece or Turkey. Bicycle. Now, this looks like a push bike, but I suppose it could be a motorbike. Maybe there's a connection to the Tour de France. Maybe you like cycling. That's a thing that you do. I'm getting a connection to the Forest of Dean for some reason. For somebody. That's very specific. Okay, is that all the charms? Yeah, that is all. Okay. In the past had more charms, but I've been told they're the ones that you get. So, connection to fog. Now they're just going to give me words. Okay, all right, and fog, foggy weather. San Francisco Bay Area. There's a strong connection to trees, for sure. To woodland, trees, tree management, maybe forestry commission. I want to say eco-friendly paper, bamboo, hemp. Maybe they're into like paper alternatives, saving trees. That could be a thing. Home. You feel like home to them. You home them. That's lovely. Need to get some R&R. Okay, so maybe somebody's a nun as well. You may know somebody who's a nun, or just a very devout religious person. Maybe their mother's very, very religious. Okay. Are we done now? Yes, my guides say we're done. Okay, well, that's all I have for you today. My wonderful pile threes. It's been a pleasure and an honour to work for you. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video. Take very good care of yourselves. Remember how loved you are and how special you are. I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.